here is a story that you might think is very, very unusual, and yet it would appear from official records that it's all too common. Unbelievably, over the course of the last 18 months, £30 million worth of fines have been given out to commercial lorries and trucks and individuals who've been coming back from the continent who found illegal stowaways on board. This story is about a couple from Lancashire who've come down to join me in the studio. Kev and Sian join me today. And as I understand it, Kev, you've been touring in Europe.
Yes, that's correct.
Having a jolly time.
Excellent time.
Good.
With some good company.
And then you're on the way to Calais, and what happens?
Right, we decided to drop off at Dunkirk first, do a bit of sightseeing there, and then into Calais. And we realised we were running a bit short of fuel, so we thought better pick up some petrol.
Yep.
Pulled into this Total car forecourt. Nobody there, no cars there. We filled up. Sian went to pay. Unfortunately, I had to go.
Yeah, fine.
And we're not joking when we say we're talking about no more than a 2-minute window.
Yep.
And we didn't think any more about it.
And then off you go.
And I thought I'd locked the car. All right. So I hold my hands up. I thought I'd locked it. So off we drive. We get to the harbour. We go through tickets, through passport, through British Border Force. And then the French Border Force pulls us over. And we're going, what's going on here? They ask us to get out, take us to the back of the car. They opened up the door. And there was our friend, 6 foot of him, crammed into the back of our 4x4. There was no space for a normal human.
And you had no idea that he was
No idea at all.
Absolutely no idea.
So you must have been very, very shocked. What happens next?
Well, they removed the man from the back of the car, took him away.
We're showing pictures of the car now. Yeah.
Yes.
Searched him first, yeah.
And we were taken to the Border Force offices.
Yep.
And we were interrogated for quite a long time.
3 hours in all. 3 hours.
So you initially must have thought that you'd been the victims
Correct.
of a criminal attempt
Correct.
to come into the UK, effectively.
And we were given the information that they were asking of us as if we were like victims, and we're saying, this is the information that's important to help in their cause to prevent all this.
Yep.
And then we find out, hold on, we're now the guilty party and we're faced with this ginormous fine.
Hello, I'm Bev Turner. Now, it can feel like the money in our bank accounts at the moment does not keep up with the cost of living, and maybe there's a solution. I'm here today with the CEO of TallyMoney, Cameron Parry. Cameron, what is TallyMoney?
Well, Bev, with TallyMoney, you get a current account and a debit card, but instead of pounds, you use milligrams of gold as your everyday money.
So why gold?
Gold traditionally is a great store of value. It has, on average, gone up at over 11% per annum for the last 25 years against the pound. It's tripled in value in the last decade. And in the last 2 years alone, it's increased by 50% against the pound. Banks' savings products just can't compete with that level of growth.
But this isn't just about gold. This is about a currency that you guys have created at TallyMoney. Explain it to me as though I'm an idiot.
So, look, people need to be able to hold their earnings and build their savings in a money that retains its value and remains in their legal control and remains theirs to access, away from government control.
Great. You had me at not exposed to government control.
You should feel safe and happy with your money. You should have peace of mind. The more money you see in your bank balance, and that's the type of thing we're trying to deliver, and give people choice in the type of money they get to use every day.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you.
And by the way, folks, I do not believe for a moment this couple were attempting to traffic anybody into the United Kingdom.
Thank you for that.
Suddenly, no, I believe you. I do believe you. And suddenly you're facing, effectively, you're now guilty of something.
Yes, it was really very, very distressing.
Yeah.
And after all of this, you discovered something in the back of the car. We're going to put a picture up on the television now of what you found. A knife.
Yes.
Yeah, a Stanley blade. Stanley blade.
So the guy's in your car. He's got a weapon with which he could have caused you
a bit of grief,
mortal harm. And At what point do you get told that you're going to face a fine?
It was a week later when we got a letter from the Border Force notifying of our liability under the Asylum and Immigration Act 1999.
Yeah.
So we had to look all this up. We weren't aware of this legislation. And the 12 checks we're supposed to carry out every time we stop in France. 12 checks.
And what's extraordinary about this is that you're, potentially facing a £6,000 fine. But as I said at the start, £30 million worth of fines over the last 18 months. This is several thousand lorries and people that it's happened to.
Yeah. And you've got to remember, the legislation that they're talking about is primarily directed to commercial trucks and coach drivers. And you're not expected to be directed to holiday makers.
And the irony, folks, that the criminal traffickers who organise the boats across the channel very rarely get caught. And the innocent folk going about their business face a serious fine. Something is really, really wrong. Now, I understand, Sian, that you've, not that you would have thought about it anyway, but you've now designed an advert.
I have.
Which is up on the screen here. So you've designed this yourself?
I have. I really felt that there wasn't a lot of information, or no information at the ports at all, that you should be checking your car, and that potentially there's a fine if somebody is found to be hiding in your car. So I thought, well, let's just look up a...
Lock, check. Yeah, well, Kev didn't lock, of course, but we're not blaming him. We're not blaming him completely.
Oh, no.
And this is very simple. But then what on earth can you do unless you're constantly checking the car every single time you stop? So is the idea, Sian, that this sort of gets put up, as you approach Calais?
Yes, it would be really useful when you initially book your ferry or your train to France, that you have this information to hand so that it,
Or it's at the harbours, or it's on the boats. There's enough about alcohol and tobacco and not bringing fresh meat and dairy products. Absolutely nothing about this.
Given the farce, and I say farce, of 160,000 people, nearly all young men, having crossed the English Channel in the last few years, how do you feel about all this?
Well, this is why we wanted to flag this up. I mean, we feel really terrible about it, and we've been really trying to flag it up with an awful lot of people. And I have to say, it's only thanks to you guys that we're getting this airplay to actually make people aware when they go abroad. They are liable. They've got to know about this legislation. Otherwise, they can get caught. So it's our frustration and anger with this system that's buried this legislation.
Sian, a final thought to you?
Well, as well as this, Border Force are doing a good job in difficult circumstances. And I think if more ordinary holiday makers were aware that we should be checking our cars, then, we'd be giving them a hand, really.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're both very brave coming in publicly to talk about this. And by the way, these folk are not on their own. This is happening to a very large number of people.
Correct.
Most dare not talk about it. Frankly, most people probably feel quite ashamed of the fact that they've been caught in this situation. You've come on and talked about it. I hope other people who are coming back from France after their hulls, before you get to the ferry terminal or the channel, just check and make sure no one's in the roof box or no one's in the boot. But it says so much about the modern world that actually it's the innocent that seem to pay the price for the guilty.